Thank you. Pride.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Now.
Tell the truth.
What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. Thank you for your patience. We are live once again. What can I say? Where do we start here with this football game? It was a nick and tough football game. Nick and tough, tight down the line. I mean, it was going back and forth and back and forth. I never felt like Colorado was out of this game, like they couldn't win the game. But it was a very slow, lethargic type game. A lot of penalties that I wish CU could clean up. Coach Prime is not happy. I'm gonna play these videos, let you see it for yourself as a reminder. Even if you've seen these videos, this is a reminder. I clipped a few videos, and that Coach Prime, even though he said that it was a delightful win, that he was happy that they won the game, he wasn't thrilled with the way that they won the game because they just left too much out there on the field, too many penalties, mistakes that were being made, opportunities that were blown. And once again, we can't afford for Shadeur to continue taking these hits. He is still the most sacked quarterback in the country. Now, that may be a poor reflection on the offensive line, but it just can't. And Shadeur said during the post-game conference that he just has to stop holding on to the ball a little bit too long than what he has. He's been holding on to the ball long. Now, he has said this himself. They were trying to get at, okay, Shadeur, were you mad about something? Because during the game, he went to the sideline. He had a towel over his head, and they were trying to pump information out of him in terms of, hey, is there some internal friction? Shadeur, like the professional that he is, he didn't go into or follow the media's, their sort of narrative that they want to paint to create dissension amongst the ranks on this team. Now, Coach Prime said himself that when you see a man on the bench like that, there is some underlayer. Let's just say this. Look, Shadeur is tired of getting sacked. He's tired of having to feel like he doesn't have enough time to throw the ball. You could tell because at some point in the game, he took over where he rushed. What did he get? I think Shadeur rushed for 1 touchdown. I think that was a 17-yard run. Then there was one time during late in the game in the second half where he trucked one of the safeties or DBs for ASU, just put his shoulder in him. I think that was like he said, like, hey, I'm not no punk. We come here to play, and we're going to show you what it's all about. But I'm going to be honest with you. Shadeur Sanders should not have to do those sort of things. I mean, yes, you're going to do them when the game is on the line. But I'm telling you right now, he cannot continue. Shadeur cannot continue to endure this punishment in terms of the hits. They will catch up. And I think Coach Prime knows this. He's not happy about this. Now look right here. Shadeur was under arrest right here again. They won the game, as we know, 27-4. They made the plays when they had to late in the game, but Coach Prime said that the first half was hot garbage. And he's still looking for them to put together a complete game. Just like in the USC game, Shadeur had to run to make things happen. So he's a great player. I just don't want to see this take its toll on him mentally or physically. Now, mentally, I know he's strong, but physically, these type of hits can take their toll. I want to thank everybody that's in the chat room that's here today listening to the broadcast. I appreciate it. This is how we do it over here. This is how we do it. I want to say that this episode is also sponsored by Proud Bandwagoners Buffs. There's a website. I have a friend who makes beautiful merch, not only for adults, but children, hats, T-shirts, and all that sort of gear. Fantastic gear. Before I end this, I'm going to show an example of that gear, but the link to the website for Proud Bandwagoners Colorado Buffs is in the description of this video. You can click into it when you have an opportunity, and you can check out. It's a beautiful website, professionally done. So I just want to say to that brother, cheers to him. I think Coach Prime was very frustrated as people were expecting him to be very happy and joyful that they won this game. But he had very critical words to say about his team. This is not me making this up. He had very critical words to say about the coaching staff, and they got to do some things better, according to Coach Prime. I want you in the chat room to give your thoughts. What's going on, Street Media TV? Street Media TV is my brother. Make sure that you be aware of that brother right there. He has a great channel. He also has a great nonprofit called Urban Nerds Worldwide. Give it a clap. As we get ready to move forward in this presentation, make sure you check out Urban Nerds Worldwide. It's a website, and I'll put it in the description. I should have put it in the description of this video. I will do so at the completion of this video. Make sure you check out Urban Nerds Worldwide. He's working in a community. The brother is from my brother George. George Macomb is from Philadelphia, and he has a nonprofit organization working with youth, STEM, science, urban youth in the urban environment, and he's expanding the organization across the country. He has beautiful merch, and you will get a nice tax write-off because he is a legitimate nonprofit organization. So that's Street TV in the chat room right now. Glad to have you here, my brother, always. Let me get into this presentation, continue with this presentation. I want to give a lot of respect to Anthony Hankerson, who you see right there. He has to get respect. All right. This brother rushed for 10 carries for 58 yards. Now, it wasn't a 100-yard day, but it looks like Coach Prime seems to have more confidence in this young man's running game. Now, remember, Anthony Hankerson is the young man that was with this Colorado Buffs team a year ago when they went 1-11. So I know it feels good to him to win games and to be prominent on the field. But this is what they got to do. They've got to get that running game off the ground. They've got to be consistent at it. And I think the running game that they employed today, although they didn't get 100 yards, they still did something on the ground. And And I think it was just enough to get past this team. Here you have Hankerson when he went against USC, and USC was a game where they actually ran the ball a little bit better than they have during this season so far, early. And this is a picture of Hankerson last year on that 1-11 Buffs team. So this young man seems to be the strongest runner on this team. Seems to be blessed with a lot of skills. I want to say something about Dylan Edwards, as he did not really, he had one play where he caught the ball, ran down the side, looked really good. But my analysis is that Dylan Edwards is not an inside running back. I noticed that they apparently sometimes try to run him up the middle. I get it. But the reality is he is not an inside running back. He is more of a guy who needs to run to the corners, to the outside, and needs to be put in motion, put in the flats to catch the ball out of the backfield. Now, they did attempt to do that with screens and all these different types of plays. But I noticed that sometimes they run them up the middle in the same way that they do with Hankerson. And Hankerson is built to run up that middle. He's a more physical back. And unfortunately, Savion Wilkinson was not available because he is injured. So I want you all to tell me what you think about that in the chat room, what your opinions are, what they can do to be more successful at getting players like Dylan Edwards involved. I think Coach Prime was upset. He sees that this team is highly talented, but feels that the consistency has not been there. I want to know what you all think. We're gonna talk about it today. Let's go over Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn, although he didn't have a jump out the window day, he got 5 receptions for 49 yards during this day. There's somebody else, brother Antonio, that I want to bring up. Let's bring him up right now. I've got the picture. Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap. Brother Antonio, he had a hell of a day, in my opinion, because he made the key catches when it was necessary. He made the catch when Shadeur was moving the team down the field that got them the advantage of 27-24. And of course, Mata, the kicker, made clutch kicks, and I'm going to talk about that young man as well. But here's Anthony. This is brother Antonio, who got 5 receptions for 81 yards, and he got a key touchdown at the goal line using his big size. I think he's about a 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" receiver, and so he really was able to. When in my estimate, he was like a possession receiver at the time when you needed that possession, and they got that touchdown. Let's give it a clap again.
Information is power.
Yeah, information is power. Information is power. So I think these were key moments in the game. I think, again, Savion was definitely missed because he's the guy that can get that tight goal line, short yardage plays for you. He's a bigger back as well. But with that said, it was truly Hankerson who came through and made the plays that were necessary. Okay? Let's also go over here, as I'm getting ready to play these videos for you. I appreciate everyone coming in. We got 241 folks in the house. I'm sure the numbers will go up because people love what's going on in Colorado. People love what's happening with Coach Prime. How many of you, make sure if you have not seen the latest video that I did prior to this video, when I talked about how the NCAA is targeting Coach Prime in Colorado when it comes to recruitment and players as it relates to them having the official visits versus the unofficial visits, where they do the photo shoots next to cars and Louis Vuitton bags, for example, things of that nature. And the promotional videos. And they don't like that. They want they want it to only be on official visits, not unofficial. And that's something that Coach Prime has used in his ability to recruit these kids, and they like it, right? So of course the NCAA comes in and tries to put the hammer down, and you know why they're doing this. There's going to be other rules changes coming down because of the Prime effect, okay? So keep that in mind. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel. I definitely would appreciate that. Let's hear the bell of notification and what have you. So hit that. There we go. Boom. And make sure you subscribe to this program when you get an opportunity, folks. So Antonio came up big, 81 yards, 1 TD. Fantastic. And of course, Michael Harrison, who I think is still coming into his own as a guy that you have to not underestimate. Let's put him back up here. Michael Harrison had 6 receptions for 36 yards. Now, even though these are not big numbers that jump out at you, you can't underestimate how all of this stuff helps them to win, even though Coach Prime was not happy in the way they won the game. Let's go to who they're going to have to figure out how to create more opportunity for him to get open, because teams have figured out that Xavier Weaver is probably the prominent receiver on this team. So they're double teaming him. They're doing elaborate types of zoning against him. But there he is, Xavier Weaver. Information is power. Xavier Weaver had, he didn't have big numbers receiving today, but he made a play when we really needed him to make a big play. And Xavier Weaver had a punt return for 51 yards, and he almost could have taken it all the way to the house, which could have changed the tide of the score of this game because of the fact that I think he tripped as he was running off the grass and fell to the ground, but it was a 51-yard punt return, really turned things around. These are key plays in the game that really turned things around. When you look at Shadeur Sanders, I want to give his numbers and give him some respect here too as well. When you look at Shadeur Sanders' numbers again, they were off the charts. I'm gonna let you know what his national numbers are, because it's going to definitely be delightful to you to hear these things. But Shadeur went 26 for 42, 239 yards, 1 touchdown with a QBR now. His QBR has gone up. You know, that's what they do to rate quarterbacks, but we know that he's doing the damn thing. These numbers, you know, this is what they keep track of. And I think his QBR is 70 now. 70.0 is the QBR. I want to just make sure. Yeah, his QBR is 70 in the country, ranked 35th in the nation. But when you hear his other numbers, the other numbers that he possesses are incredible, because he's got currently 20. He's thrown for 20,020 yards. And he's got 16 TDs, which is leading the country. Shadeur Sanders is leading the country in touchdowns, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing the damn thing. All right. And he's only got, considering that he's been sacked quite a bit, he's been under duress quite a bit, the man only has 2 interceptions. That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Tell the truth.
So let's go right here and let's listen to Coach Prime, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for coming in. We're at 303. I'm sure that it will go up further as the program goes on. Let's hear Coach Prime. And when I play this, I want you to give me your thoughts about what Coach Prime says, because I will pull up your messages in the chat room and read them as best I can, or at least look at them and see what you are saying. So with that said, let's go in here. And I love this gold. This was sweet. That gold that they was wearing yesterday was real sweet, y'all. I hope y'all like that gold. If y'all like that gold that they was wearing, the gold face mask, and then you got Prime with the gold headset, put a 7 in the chat room, everybody. Put a 7 in the chat room. It's fantastic. So let's go right here and hear Coach Prime and what he had to say about the game. He was not happy But before I do so, you know how this goes. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright, motion pictures, and videos, and tapes, and videos and discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use, and allows for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe the copyright under 17 U.S. 7 USC 107. Sir, everybody, let's get to it. Let's get to it under USC 107. Got to be correct there because the YouTube, you know how YouTube is, man. Let's go with it right now. Hear what Coach Prime had to say. Take it all in, folks. He gave, I think, legitimate criticism. He's frustrated, and you can hear it in his voice and see it in his demeanor. Listen.
I mean, the targets. We got to do better. We got to do better all the way around. Offensive, defensively, special teams. We start out not kicking the darn ball to the end zone, a returnable ball. I don't know how everybody else kickers kick the ball out the end zone but ours.
Speaking of kickers, you and Mata shared a moment there after the game where you kind of looked like you maybe pushed him out on the field to get some more shine.
Yeah, I want him to do his thing.
What kind of moment was that for you?
Yeah, Mata is Mata. I mean, guys, you didn't believe in Mata. I believe in Mata. Why do you think I brought him here? Mata don't miss. You call the timeout and freeze him all you want. That don't mean nothing to Mata. Mata, that's who he is. And that's what he always says to me when I walk over to him and give him a hug. He said
that Mata is clutch as hell, and I would not be surprised, folks. Let me know if you agree with me by putting those sevens in the chat room. I wouldn't be surprised if Mata finds himself in the NFL. This kid, remember, he's Mexican. And he plays a lot of soccer. I know in Mexico, soccer is that's their national sport. That is a very big time sport in the world, even bigger than our American football, believe it or not, because I'm a big soccer follower too. And we know that he has a background in soccer. And have we seen him miss bad kicks this year since they've gotten to? No. He made, look, Mata. And I was going to get to Mata, but I just want to give you a reminder. His field goals yesterday was 2 for 2. His longest field goal kick was 43 yards. Extra point, he went 3 for 3 on the extra points. He made 2 key kicks yesterday that was responsible for us winning. Let's hear what Prime is saying again.
I don't miss. And I love it. So I told him to do your thing. Do your thing. Get your shine on. It's your moment, baby. Live it. That's what I told him.
Coach Greg Moore, Arizona Republic.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
You as well.
You're generally so positive. It's kind of jarring for me to see you.
I have expectations, my brother. I'm sorry.
You all right?
I really do. I have greater expectations. And we're better than this. We really are. We're better than this.
How do you turn this back into a positive message? Because that seems to connect a larger thing. You've got something bigger, that this game is part of something.
Dick, we gotta meet my, I'm not changing. So you gotta meet my expectations. And that starts in practice, that starts in film study, that starts in preparation, that starts in coaching, that starts all the way down the board. It ain't just the kids, it's everybody. I have lofty expectations for this team, for this school, for this university. I really do. And we're gonna get there.
Coach, on the one drive there, I think it was late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter, Shadeur on a scramble kind of lowered his shoulder and into one of the ASU defenders, and it looked like he yelled, at the sideline at you guys. What did that message send to the team as he was kind of showing off that?
I don't even know if it registered, because how you got a quarterback is not known for running, lowering his shoulder and runs over a guy. It should be 3 linemen there to help him up, shouldn't it? Didn't see that. That shit right there, that should make you want to say, oh my God, our quarterback ain't no joke. He's a dog. No, didn't see it.
Coach, you already mentioned the drive, obviously, where they tied it. You're not happy with that. But defensively, they shut them down before that. Were you pleased with the way the defense bounced back?
Yeah, defense played good ball into that last drive. So that last drive, it makes you forget everything wonderful that they did to give up a 96-yard drive.
On Tuesday when you addressed the team, I think you said, I'm taking it personally, these slow starts, I'm going to take control of this.
Right.
Did you think kind of heading in, maybe you corrected a few things?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did. I thought I lit the fire up on every darn body that needed the fire to be lit. And obviously it hadn't registered.
Coach, what have you seen from Anthony Hankerson in the last few weeks?
Hank is a dog, man. Hank is a great kid, runs the ball hard, keeps his shoulder down. I wish he could have came up with that catch at the end. We wouldn't be, maybe a different tone.
I just want to say Hankerson has been the most consistent running back for this team. Dylan Edwards has been great too, but he has not had that breakout. He has not had the type of game that he had since the TCU because they were able to really get him in the flats. I think that's the only thing that's holding Dylan Edwards back. Not talent. It's just the opportunity for him to really get out there in the open and do what he can do. We saw a little bit of it yesterday when he made a catch in the flat and really started to speed down the field, which was great. But this man right here, Hankerson, Anthony, is really their strongest back as of right now between those tackles. I don't know what's going on. Everybody, please give me your thoughts about this too. I really don't know what's going on with Alton McCaskey. I don't know what's going on with that brother, why he is not playing more. What is going on? Is it because he's not practicing? Because we know Prime says he's not playing people who are not practicing well. I don't know what's going on, and I want to know what's happening with Kavasier Smoke. He only came in the game one time and had a -2. I don't know what's going on, why the other running backs are not being rotated in. It's just my opinion or my thoughts. I would like to know if any of you have a theory on that, let me know. It does kind of concern me because I think they need to keeping those legs of the running backs fresh and see what they can get out of different people. Of course, we were all excited about Omarion Miller. We were all excited about Miller, and there were a few times when he wasn't able to come up with the catch. I think Shadeur might have overthrown him on one potential touchdown. This young man still has great potential. He just didn't have the kind of game he had against USC late. They could not connect for whatever the reasons, but he was running his routes, and I expect and we will see great things out of Omarion Miller. I assure you. But let's go back to Coach Prime and what he was saying here, shall we?
In his whole press conference. But Hank's been a dog, man. He's been a valuable asset to what we're trying to accomplish.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, despite the special teams struggles overall, I mean, Xavier Weaver had a 51-yard punt return.
Yeah.
Can that be a spark for you guys on special teams-wise, just getting a big play like that?
51
Definitely
yards,
was.
that's right.
I mean, he's capable of that. But we got to get the right number of guys on the field to block for him. That's the stupid stuff that I'm sick of. So, yeah, we have the talent.
As you can see, that's the key thing here. Coach Prime is saying, and I've said this, all of you have said this, that they've got to cut out the penalties. It was just too many penalties once again in this game. This is what Coach Prime is frustrated about. They've got to cut the penalties out. It's unnecessary. This team is better than that. And Shadeur is taking way too many hits. Like I had mentioned earlier, like this, right? He's under the arrest. This was in the game. Too many of those guys coming at him. The offensive line, something's got to give here. And I think this is where his frustration primarily comes from. Let's get back to it.
Talented young men. We have some talented people inside this locker room. We just got to put it all together. And I'm sorry with my impatience.
I want to know, what are your thoughts about that? Coach Prime said, you got to forgive me for my impatience. I think he has every right to be that he's given every speech that you can think of in terms of his ability. Let me cut this off. I'm going to try to put my chat room up so I can see what you guys are saying. Something was malfunctioning there, but he was saying that he's giving them every motivational speech that he can give them to come into this game to be successful. What are your thoughts in the chat room about this? Let me see. When Shadeur gets unsportsmanlike penalties, it's okay. It's personal. Okay. Well, we know Shadeur has said that. We understand. We understand that. But it can hurt the team. The penalties are hurting the team because, as we're seeing, Colorado continues to have to come back from behind in these games under duress. And Shadeur is proving that he can play in these pressure situations, but I'm concerned, and I think this is what Coach Prime is also concerned about, is that he's taking too many hits. The game should be a lot easier if they would cut down on the penalties. That's what Coach Prime is concerned about. That's the bigger picture that he is seeing here. And let me, okay, my system is pulling up now. Hang on, folks, because I want to put people's thoughts on here on the screen. I still have more video content to show you. Okay, it's working. I still have more video content to show you. Pull up names and all that good stuff. Okay, it's loaded up right, like it's supposed to be. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. We got my man CJ. CJ is saying run the ball if they're tackling too many hits. Run the ball. Lisa Moore says look like only the Louis luggage is producing in games. You got a good point there. You got a good point there. Yes, brother CJ is in the house. Preach to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I had something that was tripping with my system here. Let me put another, let me see. Yeah, my system here is having some problems. So let me just go over here. Let me see. The offensive line is running his plays and not developing plays for the kind of plays they have. Very interesting comment. Very interesting comment, sir. I appreciate that comment. You know, it's all a learning experience. They're going to get better. Okay, cool. My system is working better now. Now everything. Let me see. Griffin Notary Services. What's going on, brother? You got a channel? I'm going to have to check you out. He says Kamani was getting clocked on the slant routes. Right. I kept saying, you know what? I thought that it was me. I thought I was the only one seeing it. I kept saying, why are they not making that? They were saying that. Why were they not able to make the adjustments to the crossing routes a lot sooner when, for example, tell me if I'm wrong or right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the other teams were doing to them. That's what USC was doing prior. That's the same thing that Oregon was doing. They recognized a glaring weakness in that middle of that defense, and they realized that they were susceptible to the crossing. And I know that they worked on it. We can't deny that. But why did it take so long for the adjustments? Because it was very obvious that Arizona State was taking a page from what they have seen other teams do to Colorado that was successful for them. And this is why Coach Prime says that Kamani McLean has got to have better practice technique. He's got to study better and come to meetings on time so that that doesn't happen to him. Like you said, my brother, he got caught up in those crossing routes. We got Rich Elevating says, truth is we're just holding Alton till next year because he has more time left. Right, and of course, he's coming off of a ACL injury when he was with Houston. You're right about that. Maybe they're just trying to reserve him. He's coming. Okay, let me see. He has more time left. Nothing is wrong with him. They just letting the older players, more experienced players play. I get it. He's got time. But it just concerns me because he actually is one of their bigger backs. And he's a guy that's a dual threat. Alton can run inside, outside, and catch the ball in the flats. And I just think when you got a guy with that type of skill set, that's a guy that to me should be starting. A lot of us thought in their depth chart, they had him as a starter because he has the complete package. But maybe we'll see him more down the line. We got April Don in the house. Welcome to the mod crew. And she says, Coach Prime is stepping on some throats today in the conference room. Yeah, he is. I'm gonna play some more video. I got more video content, folks. Don't run away from here. We got Don in the house says they need to install a tight end game plan to get the defense out of the damn backfield. Oh, you mean like double tight ends, bring in more tight ends for blocking purposes? What's going on, Jay Hood? Thank you for being here. Let's see. Strategy Solutions and Services says the whole team is getting a lot of media attention, but less than a handful will be drafted to the NFL. Rest of the players are just spinning. Well, Coach Prime said that he's more concerned about, he knows that there's going to be some players that are going to play on Sunday, and there's some guys that are not playing on Sundays, and he wants those guys to be professionals. He wants them to get their education and be great husbands, great businessmen, great entrepreneurs, great workers, whatever it is that their heart's dream. He wants that, okay? And they're getting a good education at CU. And remember a week ago, Prime said he's looking at those grades and he wants them, they got to do better. Now, he said that. Alicia, what's going on? One of my major mods over here, she follows me on my other channel, The Information Man Show. Alicia, I will be going live on that channel today talking about what's happening in Chicago with the whole migrant situation on that channel. So, Alicia, I will be going live. After I end this program, I'll be prepping up that program on the other channel, The Information Man Show. So thank you for being here. And I love the avatar, looking good. Let me see here. CJ says, brother, don't block me for being honest. Let me see. Brother, don't block me for being honest on what I see from CU. Well, everybody, to the mods in the chat room, don't block them. Of course, you're going to have people come in who have difference of opinion. That's okay. If they get rude and they get nasty and all those sort of things, then you block them. Then you get them out of here, right? But we know that people are going to come in with a different point of view. But this is the thing. Check this out, everybody. Colorado is 4-2. They were 1-11. We weren't, look, there were a lot of people that didn't think we could beat Arizona. There were a lot of people that thought we couldn't play with USC. We took USC down to the wire. USC is not as good as we think they are. Look at what Arizona did to them last night. Arizona, the other team in Arizona, they went into an overtime. And of course, they won a dramatic win, but we played them strong and could have beat them or tied them if there was more time on the clock and better time management with those plays that they called, right? So, brother, say what you want to say, but we're doing a lot better than people thought. And another thing I have to say to you, brother CJ, respectfully, this is not a clowning or being nasty. This is just 1 year. Imagine what Colorado's going to be like when they get more of those dogs in there, brother. That's what everybody's concerned about. That's the truth.
Tell the truth.
Big Worm is in the house saying we could have beat you. Yeah, we could have beat USC, Big Worm. Thank you. Anthony Steele, if I'm saying the name right, you got the military logo there. I like that. Stay focused on the process. Right. Stay focused on the process. Patricia is one of my great mods in the chat room. Good to see you here, Patricia. Clap to you. Let's see. Let me see. Some growing pains as a JSU. They have some personnel with the exception of that the drum offense. Yeah, the damn offensive line. Yeah, the offense. Look, everybody. If Shadeur had the type of offensive line that Caleb Williams had at USC, what do you think his numbers would be? I'm going to be bold today. Let's tell the truth. But Thunder, if Shadeur had that type of offensive line, I'm just being honest here, his numbers would be way off the chart. But I got some numbers for you that proves that they're still off the chart, even with an offensive line that's a work in progress, folks. A work in progress. Let me see who we have here. Ezo93 GT says CU is ahead of schedule for the rebirth. Right, rebirth, like lightning, like Jesus. Low RCS says, I don't think it's coaches totally. Something is up with the mindset of the offensive line. Not sure to trust them anymore. Well, look, folks. Before we jump too far off the out the window, do you know how difficult? Just go back and study this. Do you know how difficult it is to put together a offensive line that can play at the ultimate level when you just bring guys together like this that haven't played together? Offensive lines need time to gel. Everybody in football, from the mainstream media, mainstream personalities have said this. When you put the offensive line might be the hardest part of a football team to build, because offensive linemen are a different beast. They need time to gel, to trust, to work together, to understand the concepts, to understand where the quarterback is going when the quarterback scrambles out of a play and goes kind of rogue and does something out of the playbook. Offensive lines need to gel. This offensive line was put together through the transfer portal. So it's a surprise that they were able to do what they did in the TCU game. It's a surprise that Shadeur has been able to do what he's been able to do so far under the pressure. I think he's the most sacked quarterback in the country right now. Well, it was at 22 sacks. That's unacceptable. So, yeah, the offensive line, which is the heart of a football team, has a lot of problems. But it also takes longer to gel when you throw guys together who have never played together. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind as you have, and as I have, criticisms for this offensive line. We want to be fair and understand how football works. We got Keith in the house saying you all need to relax. This is year one, but it's exciting to watch this Coach Prime team that was put together less than a year ago. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, folks. I hope you understand where I'm a very passionate person, by the way. So y'all have to understand I'm a very passionate person. 5%. Coach needs some 5-star offensive. Yes. He needs some 5 stars. He needs some 4 stars up in there. But it's a work in progress, like the brother just said. Brother, who's the good brother in there? Brother Keith just gave us a really good statement. We got Scorpio vibes, and I'm a Scorpio. My birthday's in November, the 13th, by the way. She says Colorado is improving. Other teams analyze CU gameplay to identify their strengths and weaknesses, and CU is so popular. Opponents are often, they're planning against them. You're absolutely right. They got coaches calling up and saying they do this, they do that. You know what's going on. You know what's happening here. And I think the brother is right. We do need to relax. This is only 1 year with a team that was put together in a bunch of different pieces. That's why I said, let me play this for y'all. Do I have to play this for y'all one more time? Here we go. Here we go. I played this last week. Here we go.
Understand what's coming. If you can't see what's coming with CU football, you've lost your mind. You just a flat-out hater. If you can't see what's going on and what's going to transpire over the next several months, something's wrong with you.
Let it play
you
again.
Understand what's coming. If you can't see what's coming with CU football, you've lost your mind. You just a flat-out hater. If you can't see what's going on and what's going to transpire over the next several months, something's wrong with you. And because you understand what.
Do you remember Do you all you beautiful people in the chat room and those listening from afar, all 608 of you, do you remember that Coach Prime said this just a week ago, that if you can't see what's happening with CU football, you just have lost your mind. If you don't see what's coming, if you don't believe, if you don't see the bigger picture other than what you're seeing just right now, you've got to be out of your mind. And see, what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen, is that all these people that are doubting Colorado now, when they're really even better next year and the years to come, you're going to all run back and jump on the bandwagon and act like you was believing from the very beginning when you were one of the damn doubters.
Tell the truth.
This is how this works. Let's hear the rest of Coach Prime and what he had to say at the press conference. This is fair use for the purpose of education, news reporting, for critical analysis. Let's hear him again. This is Coach Prime again.
Wonderful win. Play like hot garbage. You know, I'm trying to figure this out. Sick of it. I really am. I'm sick of us coming out here and putting forth the effort we put forth in the first half. We've flipped practices. We've had really diligent meetings, and we're trying to figure this out. Trying to figure this out because I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. I'm happy about the win, but I'm not happy in the fashion that we wanted in. We're better than that. We really are.
Thank you for that statement that you come to this channel. She says, Coach Prime said it in his post-game press conference after all those sacks, he did not notice one offensive lineman player helping the quarterback up. That's a damn problem. Let's hear this. I have that on here, so wow. Let's hear the rest of this.
Better than that, and we got to start showing that. I expect to win, and I expect to win in a better fashion than that. I'm sick of these consistent.
Yeah, we need dogs.
Holes that we're displaying, and the penalties, and the things that we're doing. We're so much better. I apologize for.
What did I just say to you all? Coach Prime, this win for him is bittersweet. Although they need to win, he's very upset, and he lets it be known in this video.
My anger today, but I don't accept mediocrity. Maybe you do. Maybe you can live with it. Maybe you sleep with it. Maybe you lie with it. Maybe you're comfortable with it, but I'm not. Let's go.
That second drive, was that kind of part of it there? You called 2 timeouts. It looked like you guys were really just trying to break through the wall and get a score. It was like
You mean the second drive of the game?
Yeah, it looks like you weren't okay coming away with nothing there, right? You had
The second drive of the whole game.
Yes.
What about the first drive?
That's right. The sign the petition for Brother Brown. Remember the offensive lineman that the NCAA would not allow to play this year for Colorado? He could have made the difference on this offensive line. You're absolutely right. What you just wrote there, what has this world come to? Thank you for that statement.
Information
Is power.
What about the first 2 plays?
Right.
How do you start out a game like that? With a quarterback like this?
What's the message to the team to get them to?
I've delivered every type of message you could fathom. It's not.
Boom. I had said in the beginning that Coach Prime said that he had said every message to this team that you can fathom. You know why we know that's to be true? Because we've watched it ourselves. He's put it on video. He's put it on YouTube. At some point, he can't do any more. They got to get out there and play the damn game.
This is all of us. This is me and the coaches included. It's not just the team.
All right, coaches included.
Coach, there was a drive late in the third quarter where I think Shadeur got sacked at the end of the drive. He goes off the sideline. He's sitting by himself. The offense is down here.
He's mad.
Yeah.
He's upset with the way this looks.
You can tell
He's upset with the way it's going. He's upset with hit after hit after hit. You think he's happy being the most sacked guy in the darn in college football, and he's still doing what he's capable of doing.
Now, look, even though I got to be honest with you all here, even though Shadeur Sanders has said to us at press conferences, and he hasn't thrown his teammates under the bus, but you know that what Coach Prime is saying is the truth. That's his son. He knows his son. So hear what I'm saying here. This is a different relationship. This is his son. A coach knows his player, but a father knows his son. So even though Shadeur is telling us, hey, you know, he's not throwing any of his teammates under the bus, and that's the right thing for him to do because he wants to be professional. But we all know, because we can see it, and Daddy knows, Coach Prime, his father, knows. You can even look at his face right there on this picture I got up here for you. Tell me if I'm wrong. Put a 7 if you're agreeing with what we're saying here. And this is backed up by Coach Prime, not me making this up. He says, my son is tired of what's happening to him. He's tired of being knocked on the ground. He's tired of not having. The father, who is the coach in Coach Prime, he knows what the truth is because he can see the body language of his son, who he has raised since he was a baby.
Tell the truth.
How would a father not know that something's not right? Listen again.
He's mad.
Yeah.
He's upset with the way this looks.
You can tell
He's upset with the way it's going. He's upset with hit after hit after hit. You think he's happy being the most sacked guy in the in college football, and he's still doing what he's capable of doing? He's sick of it.
So when he comes out that next drive, I mean, that was the pivotal drive, I thought. How key was that drive for him coming out like that? Just
Every drive is key. Every drive is key. He always does this. You've seen this every darn week, man. This ain't new to you. You've seen this every week. You see him do this every week. It's like we waiting on him to put on his cape and do what he does. That's what he does every week. You guys should be accustomed to it by now.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
The first 3 quarters kind of struggled trying to get into the eighth.
Yeah, that's normal for us. That's normal.
Got 3 big sacks.
Yes, sir.
Late in the 3rd quarter, early in the 4th quarter. What was sort of the message to, you know?
It wasn't a message during the darn game. It's you got to go out there and do your darn jobs. I mean, Coach Kelly he's calling a heck of a game. I'm listening. He's calling a heck of a game. We got guys that need to step up and handle their responsibilities. First of all, there's no way a team should drive 96 yards on us to tie the game. No way.
Coach, I hate this is a bitter pill today. We won the game, but Coach Prime is giving a bitter pill. He's saying what needs to be said, whether we like it or not. He's saying what has to be said because it's what he's seeing. He's the coach. He knows more about what's going on than any of us. I like the fact that Coach Prime is being very frank here. This is a man who played the game with excellence. He knows his son is frustrated deep down inside. This is not to create dissension within the team, but it's just a fact. Continue.
No way.
Coach, on the bright side, Giovanni Antonio made some big catches.
Yep.
Late. What was that like for him out there?
It was awesome. It was awesome because he
Giovanni
didn't have a
Antonio.
great game last week, but I love his resilience and he bounced back. I believe in him 100%.
I believe in his brother
totally
too.
believe in
Antonio.
him 100%, and I'm glad he got back in there and was able to do what he did because he's a grown man and he's a dog. He plays his butt off, never complains. Just a good kid, man. A really good kid. Was raised tremendously right.
Coach, you wanted to win the first and second quarter. You
Yeah.
didn't. You're obviously not happy about that.
Right.
What do you got to do as a staff to get that message? You told us, I'm sure you told them.
We got to do better. We got to put the kids in better situations. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Shoot, look at the darn stats.
What Coach Prime said, as you heard yourself, you witnessed yourself. You've probably seen this yesterday, and you're seeing it more to reinforce this. Coach Prime is not just only talking about the players, but he's holding himself accountable as well as his coaching staff. And I think that's what separates him, is that he wants excellence. He sees that this team can be a lot better. Here's the coaching staff right here, folks. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be frank with you, everybody. Let me know what your thoughts are. Sean Lewis is the offensive coordinator. I personally have not been too thrilled with his play calling. That's just me personally. No, I'm not saying he can't call plays. I just personally have not been very thrilled since the game against USC with some of the play calling. That's just my opinion, okay? We're all entitled to our opinions, but not our own facts. Charles Kelly, defensive coordinator, who was a safeties coach at Alabama, and he was associate defensive coordinator at Alabama. I don't think that his defensive play calling is the problem. I just don't think that Colorado has the type of dog.
Information
Is power. I just don't think that Colorado has the type of dog. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. You can put a 7 in the chat room if you agree with me. I don't think that Colorado has the type of dogs on this team defensively, particularly in the trenches of their defensive line, which is why the secondary is getting beat sometimes. Because, look, what did the secondary give up? I talked about that young man, what's his name, Elijah. That guy, number 2, he'll be in the NFL for Arizona State. And what did he do? Let's break down what Elijah did in the receiving game for Arizona. He got 12 receptions for 134 yards. His longest reception was for 30 yards. The reason why these teams can throw the ball on Colorado is because they're not getting enough. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Put those 7s in the chat room if you agree with me. Is because they're not getting enough pressure from the front 4. Maybe they need to blitz more. I don't know. Now, in this game, they were blitzing a little bit more. And to their credit, I got the numbers here, folks. To their credit, they got 5. Check this out. Colorado got 5 sacks on the day on the quarterback. That's the most they've gotten in terms of sacks on the quarterback in one game since the season started. Of course, we're 4-2 in the season. But guess what? Arizona State got to Shadeur Sanders. Arizona State got to Shadeur Sanders 5 times. Both teams were 5 for 5. But they got 5 sacks, which were great. But the problem is that the defensive line is not getting enough penetration that is giving the secondary an advantage. The secondary is basically out there on an island to themselves, and these teams are able to pick them off because they're not getting enough upfront pressure. I don't care how good a secondary is. You can only cover receivers for so long. And obviously, they were having some problems dealing with the crossing routes, but in the second half, they made some adjustments. And as Coach Prime said, it was hot trash. So the coaches, Gary Flea-Harrell, who's the running back coach, I'm wondering, will he employ more rotation of backs into the game? I'm just wondering. Bill O'Reilly, or Coach Bill, I can't make out the last name. He's the offensive line coach. I really would like to know what his thoughts are about how his offensive line is performing. We got the wide receivers coach, Brent, who I don't have any shade for him. I think the wide receivers are doing great, but look, Shadeur is not getting enough time to really get the ball to the receivers the way they should. The tight end coach, Tim, look, Harrison has been playing his ass off. Michael Harrison. The defensive ends coach, Nick Williams, sir, all due respect to you, I would like to know what your thoughts are. The cornerbacks coach, Kevin Matthews. the linebackers coach, Brother Hart. I'm not throwing any disrespect towards. I'm just wondering, as I've said, I'm wondering what is on their mind today. I wonder how they think through the process of changing this situation in their coaches' meetings. I would love to be a fly.
Please make sure to.
I would love to be a fly in the coaches' meeting with you to know what they're saying, so that I can hear everything that we're not getting in the social media or in their videos. They're not going to show us everything. So those are just my thoughts. You know, what are their thoughts are? What are they thinking? Shadeur cannot continue to take those kind of hits. And once again, I want to know if they can get more running backs involved like Alton. That could surely get some pressure off of Shadeur. What's going on with Cassier Smoke? Does anybody know what's going on with Brother Smoke? He's right there. You see him on the screen right there. I would like to know what's happening with his status. I think they need to continue getting the ball to Michael Harrison, the tight end. He still is a playmaker out there when given opportunity. Let's hear what Shadeur Sanders had to say in his press conference. You can see right here, he said a lot of things go through his mind in games. But once again, this is fair use for the purpose of educating, analysis, critical analysis, news reporting, parody. This is fair use, ladies and gentlemen. Under 17 USC 107. So let's go with it. I appreciate your patience with me, and let's go.
Understand, know what time it is. They left too much time on the clock, and we knew that. Nobody on the sideline panicked, flinched. Nobody didn't believe. The coaches just knew, like, what was going to happen, and I definitely knew what was going to happen because you're going to do what it takes to win. But they simply left too much time on the clock, and you know what mode we went. We went Brady mode / legendary mode.
Did it just kind of feel like it was his time?
No, we got a lot of great receivers, even some of the players I wasn't able to get on the field today. So it's just about who's going and whose day it is. They rotate a lot, and we all know they're going to double team Xavier Weaver. That's to try to take him out the game. So it's just the next guy got to step up.
Big Cooley, that is a very good point. They can only go as much as the offensive, because the offensive line is a heart of the football team, both the offensive line and the defensive line. But remember, as the brother who came in earlier, let's not get too crazy, because this is just 1 year. You know they're going to be better, and you know those dogs are coming in through high school, and there's going to be a lot of transfers coming over to Colorado next year, 2024.
True.
Let's go.
And be active on that backside.
Shadeur, late in the third quarter, you had a driver, you got sacked again, and you were sitting off by yourself the whole defensive series.
Yes, it does seem like they're not taking care of him, but I don't want to assume, because there's a lot that goes into this.
Nah, it was just like really just taking accountability of what's going on in the game. You know, I'm holding the ball a little bit too long.
Right there. I said that in the beginning of my presentation today, that Shadeur has admitted that he's holding on to the ball too long. So I'm not making up stuff over here. I think that's part of it too, but it's not the only major part of it, you see. Smooth said that, have we thought about maybe Sean Lewis is looking ahead to his next head coaching job maybe? Well, Coach Prime has told us that he's got people on his staff who had opportunities to be a head coach, and Sean Lewis was one of them, and he decided to take the job here with Coach Prime. So I would say logically, if Sean Lewis was that hard up for becoming a head coach, just a thought, let's think logically here. Why would Sean Lewis then join Deion? Is it because he wants to get the shine and recognition of being with Deion? That could be one aspect of this. Or could it just be that he believes in what Coach Prime is doing, and that because he knows that they could probably win there, or they can win there, that eventually there will be a head coaching job coming his way, because you know that Coach Prime is going to promote his coaches. He's going to tell people about his coaches. So you could say, if he was really that hard up for a head coaching job, he would have never joined this staff. And remember, the coach, Dillingham of Arizona State, you know that he was supposed to be on this Colorado staff, and him and Coach Prime have a really good relationship that goes way back. But let's get back to what Shadeur is saying here, shall we?
Going through everything, not basically playing perfect. So that's all it was. And then I'm on the sideline frustrated, and it's like, it's time. You know, it's time to do whatever it takes to win. And by any means, you could take matters in your own hands. You got the will, you got it inside of you. And you know the ins and outs of their defense in it.
Right. Jay Hood, very good point. I think Shadeur says that because he's about taking accountability and not throwing his team under the bus. He knows his offensive line is, yeah, right. But that's what he's supposed to do, Jay Hood. That's what he's supposed to do when you are a leader of a football team as a quarterback. Quarterbacks take the good, and they also take the criticism too. Let's go back.
Make them dictate and do one thing. So, their DC had a great game plan versus us. They did a pretty good job going to the ball, covering our guys. But at that point, it was okay, cool. Let's go legendary mode. Let's lock in. Let's do it.
You looked like that on that drive. I mean, what was going through your mind in that drive? Was it just that? Is it like, we're not losing this football game?
Yeah, like it's just something that kicks in like whenever it's, because that losing's just not in me, you know? So it's like, if we got a chance, we're going to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not too late in the game, we're going to win. So it's just understanding what's at stake, understanding what's going on, understanding the pros, the cons, and what we're doing, what we're not doing good, what we're doing good, and, you know, really taking over and taking control.
Sure, on that drive, you kind of were scrambling and you lowered your shoulder into one of the ASU defenders,
Yeah.
and after that, you kind of yelled at your guys on the sideline to kind of seem like get them fired up. What was kind of the message were you just trying to send on that play as you're kind of just, you know, lowering your shoulder like that?
Nah, it was really just because I feel like so me personally, my body language is chill. I'm not really a super hype guy. I'm not a over the top type of guy. So I feel like sometimes the team don't see that in me, that I'm ready, because that's just naturally how I am as a person. So we really just had to activate that dog, that fire in you to show everybody, hey, look, we them guys. Like,
Right.
we those guys that could get out.
If you're enjoying the stream, definitely put those sevens in the chat room. Definitely hit the likes. Share this video on your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, or X, or whatever they call it now. Tell people about the channel. Share it with your friends, loved ones. Let's continue
Out there and
on.
just do whatever we want to do. So that was really the thing, and really is just like a scare tactic. They know I'm going to lower my shoulder, so they're not going to think anything sweet with me.
That's right.
Drive of the game.
Tell the truth.
Nothing sweet with him.
To kind of come away without points there.
I love
after
that.
Going 3 and out yet again, third straight game, first drive 3 and out. How important was it for you guys to get in the end zone on that second drive?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even remember the first, second drive, third drive. I don't remember that half of the game, because it's just so much, like the quarterback position is just so much thinking and so much just brain power you use that a lot of people don't really understand that you're using. Like, when you get in that mode, you're using like 100% of your brain. So it's a lot. So, you know, you come out of the game with a couple headaches, and, you know, I can't even recall that at that time.
Keep that energy going into the next week.
I mean, it's repetitive. We know it's the problem, so we just got to find a solution. All 11 players got to do the right thing on each play. It can't be 10 players and one player is not. So it's just something that I feel like us as players, we got to get together and
Once
put a stop to the
again,
badness that's going on, the slow starts. Because y'all knew in the game.
once again, you hear what he just said, that it's just like his father, Coach Prime, who says it's the players, but it's also us as coaches. What did Shadeur say out of his mouth? He said it's not just the coaches, but we as players have to get together and figure out what we are doing wrong. I'm going to say this. Shadeur, even though he's not sounding frustrated as his father sounded, I think he is just as frustrated as his father. But of course, like I said, his leadership is one of the tangibles that sticks out about Shadeur. He's not going to get out there and talk stupid and this guy is this and that. We know he knows what the problems are because he sees it in practice. They're trying to fix these problems. There's great players on this team. Shadeur is a great player. And I'm going to break some numbers down for you. I'm going to show you this video because remember, Shadeur in the nation, he's ranked as the top comeback quarterback in these fourth down. When it comes to bringing his team back from behind, Shadeur Sanders is ranked number 1. I'm going to show you the significant play with Antonio that I think, as I pull up my system here, that I think was very important. I want to find this thumbnail to drive home the point. Give me a second. There he is. Let me move him into my other part of the system. There we go. Now he's in there where I want him at. This young man right here made a significant catch, which led to them going up 27-24, which eventually they won because Mata hit the field goal kick that won the game. I want you to see this is why Shadeur Sanders is ready for the NFL, or he is a NFL caliber quarterback. I don't want him to leave next year. I want him to stay another year with the team, which I think he's going to stay another year. That's just me personally. Because with the NIL money, these kids don't have to leave school early because they're needing money because they're starving. So that's going to make the NIL is going to make the quality of college football better because these kids are going to stay longer, the ones that are the big time ones, because they're getting money. That's the only reason why they leave school early. And it's not like Shadeur Sanders is starving. He comes from a family, Coach Prime, his brothers and sisters, they're pretty well off in their own right. But I'm going to show you this. This is for the moment of parity. This is the moment of fair use, which allows for the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which does not infringe on the copyright under 17 USC 107. And we need to play this video. Check this out right here.
Arizona State blindside was exposed. Sanders wants it all. Got his man. It's Antonio down near the 30-yard line. And just like that, Colorado within striking.
Let's play that again.
Arizona State blindside was exposed. Sanders wants it all. Got his man. It's Antonio down near the 30-yard line. And just like that, Colorado within striking. For Arizona State blindside was exposed. Sanders wants it all. Got his man. It's Antonio down near the 30-yard line.
That's right.
And just like
fair
that,
use, fair use.
Within striking for Arizona State blindside was exposed. Sanders wants it all. Got his man. It's Antonio down.
I played that because I wanted to reinforce a point right here. Shadeur Sanders is a pro-style caliber quarterback. We all know it. This is why. Let me put up the stats right here on the white sheet. I'm going to read this to you, and I want everybody in the chat room to pay very much attention to what I'm going to say here, because a lot of people don't realize just how good Shadeur is in terms of the numbers. This is a young man who originally was recruited by Auburn as well as Alabama. This is a young man that played at Jackson State. And they say, oh, these HBCU players, they're not that good. They can't play, just like Cameron. Let me give a shout out to Cameron Craig. He got hurt, I think, yesterday. I think he got taken out of the game, and Slesher, who's been out hurt, finally came in yesterday. But this young man has been leading the team with interceptions, and he made a big hit yesterday, and I think he did some damage to the shoulder. I'm not sure what the details are, so I'm not going to assume. But let's give him a big clap. Give him some sevens in the chat room. He was fantastic. I had to give him some recognition before I go into this part right here. And this part right here is Shadeur's numbers nationally. At TCU, Colorado trailed 3 times down the stretch. And each time he delivered, Shadeur Sanders delivered against CSU. The Buffs trailed by 11 in the 4th quarter, and he delivered again with a performance that has already gained legendary status. The pure numbers speak volumes, ladies and gentlemen. If you're hearing me and you hear this, put them sevens in the chat room. Let people know about this channel. Send out those referrals to the channel. Share this video on all your social media. When the Buffaloes or Colorado have trailed by 7 points, ladies and gentlemen, or less, Sanders, coach, brother, prime son, Shadeur Sanders, is 30 for 34. That's 88.2%, ladies and gentlemen. Do you understand what that means? For 378 yards, 3 TDs, and no interceptions. Only has 2 interceptions on the year currently. Those numbers lead the nation. Those numbers lead the nation, y'all. How many of y'all knew that? If you knew that, hit a 7 in the chat room. When the Buffs have trailed by 8 to 14 points, Shadeur Sanders is 8 for 11 with 129 yards and 1 TD. Thus, when the Buffs, Colorado, have been behind this year like they were yesterday against Arizona State, Shadeur Sanders has been almost unstoppable, ladies and gentlemen.
Is power.
Really hear what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. He's been damn near, oh my God. This is Brady type. This is professional football type stuff. He's been damn near impossible to stop. You hear what I'm saying? This young man, fair use, has been damn near impossible to stop. Check this out. Thus, I'm going to read this part again for the effect of it all. Thus, when the Buffs have been behind this year, Shadeur has been almost unstoppable, 38 for 45 for 507 yards and 4 TDs. And we saw it yesterday. We saw it yesterday with this play right here.
Arizona State blindside was exposed. Sanders wants it all. Got his man. It's Antonio down near the 30-yard line. And just like that, Colorado within striking distance for Arizona State.
Boom. Do you get my point? I hope everybody got my points there. Shadeur had a rating yesterday of 158.0, QBR of 70, which is 35th in the country. But the QB, they make a big deal out of QBRs, but it's about wins, touchdowns, ratio of interceptions, which he's only got 2. He's got 20,000 yards and he's got 20 total yards that he's thrown the ball for. He leads the country with 16 touchdowns so far, only 2 interceptions. I think that's fantastic. Let's clap that up. So we have the man. But see, to keep this thing going, he's got to be upright. Right? We can't have Shadeur taking these type of hits like this. Let me know what you think in the chat room. If you think I'm right, if you think my analysis is correct, ladies and gentlemen, say something. I appreciate your support. But Shadeur can't continue to take these type of hits that you see on that screen, or where he's got guys coming at him like that. Not consistently, because he's got what? He's been, I think he's been sacked. He was at 22, so that's 23, 24, 25, 26. He's been sacked 27 times, more than any other quarterback in the country. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be hating. I'm not hating. I'm just giving an observation and using the data to prove it out. That is a reflection on the offensive line. And as Shadeur said, he's holding on the ball, he believes, too long. The defense, we had a defensive standout yesterday. I think it was Bentley, who got 7 tackles and 1 sack. Let's go over to Meta. This young man is the kicker. So remember, when Shadeur Sanders threw that ball to Antonio, that's what set up the field goal kick for Meta to basically win the game for us in the long run. And I'm going to be honest here. The defense did a good job of at least not allowing Arizona State to come back in that game and tie it up and make it 27-27, or make it like 27-28 or something like that. They've been much aligned, but they did a good job in not letting them come back. But Coach Prime, as you know, is still not happy with the way they played, particularly in the first half and overall. Let's go over to this young man right here. I've got some good footage for you. I think he's going to be in the NFL. You heard Coach Prime say that he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. And you see this picture right here. This is when he's getting ready to go out there and do the damn thing. Or after, I think this is after he made the kick. You can see there's excitement on the field. You see the offense. You see the guys over here smiling. Coach Prime is fired up, right? He's fired up right here with this kick. Let's go and look at this kick and see how it all. This is right after the Antonio reception by Shadeur in that footage that I kept playing over and over again. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, they always say that this is about fair use. For the purpose of analysis, critical thinking, critical analysis, news reporting, parody. Very important that I play this for you. And this is Fair Use 107. Here we go.
Look at. That's what you want from your kicker, right? That's what you want. That is the demeanor you want from your kicker. The band score. Look at. That's what you want from your kicker, right? That's what you want. That is the demeanor you want from your kicker. The band score. Look at.
I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that we could have never won that game. I know kickers are not, people don't look at kickers as football players that just come in and kick the ball, but we should be giving this young man, Meta, if I'm saying the name right, M-A-T-A, Meta, more respect, because he's actually been the most consistent kicker for them. I know they had Jay Feely's son out there, Feely, and he has not been a consistent kicker for them so far. He's had some issues. But this young man stood out at the right time. They could have never won this game without what this young man done, because he put them over the top. Along with Shadeur Sanders connecting with Antonio. Let's look at his numbers here. Again, as I had said earlier in the program, that Meta field goals for the day was 2 for 2. His longest field goal kick was for 43 yards. The two kicks that he made were pivotal for Colorado. I want y'all to keep this in mind for Colorado winning this game. It's no doubt in my mind. And it should be no doubt. If you agree with me, put a 7 in the chat room. Shadeur was involved in this because he made the big play to Antonio, which opened up the door for him to make the winning kick. But we have to remember that Meta made a 43-yard kick before they got to that point. If I'm not mistaken, was it that actually gave them 2 field goal kicks on the board for the day? Extra points, he went 3 for 3. Longest kick, 43 yards. Field goal, 2 for 2. Excellent. You know, we don't often imagine that we're going to be giving kickers, credit, ladies and gentlemen. But in this case, he deserves credit, and we need to give credit where credit is due. What do you all think? I appreciate everybody here in the chat room, everyone who's come over and support this show today. I want to say thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell of notification as you see right there. Share this video on all your social media. Tell some people about the channel if you're liking what we're doing over here. Let me put this on the board right here too before we get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, this was the projected starting lineup for Colorado. Of course, we got Shadeur Sanders. Remember, I said earlier that Alton was supposed to be the starting running back. Xavier Weaver, the number 1 receiver. Jimmy Weaver, the number 2 receiver. Jimmy Horn, Xavier Weaver and Jimmy Horn are the 1 and 2 receivers. Travis Hunter. Imagine if Travis Hunter played in this game, what he could give us defensively and offensively. We're really missing a lot with Travis Hunter not being in the game. And it looks like Colorado's going to have a bye. And Coach Prime is considering, or I think really wants to put him in the game. I think I'm going to make a prediction here that you'll see him playing after the bye. I don't think Coach Prime wants to take any chances in putting him in the game too early. He wants him to heal up as possible. So if they can win this, they just won this game. They went 4-2. Then they play I think their next opponent is it Stanford? Tell me if I'm wrong or right. I think Stanford is I think they play Stanford on October the 13th. That's a winnable game. So you're looking at a Colorado team that could be 5-2 with a potential bye coming around. And then we get Hunter back in the game to the swing of things. I just want you guys to think about what I'm just saying. If you hear what I'm saying, you understand the concept of where I'm coming from. If it makes sense to you, put a 7. I give you a comprehensive program over here. I give you a professional style program. I give you a analysis.
Tell the truth.
I think because Coach Prime I think he was quoted as saying that he's not going to just throw Hunter out there. So I'm thinking, wow, we get him back after the bye. This could be a great thing. Thank you, everybody out there that's listening to the program, all 568 of you, for taking the time today to spend with a brother.
What's coming? If you can't see what's coming with CU football, you've lost your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a flat-out hater. If you can't see what's going on and what's going to transpire over the next several months.
Right, Coach Prime. Thank you for that statement there. Oh, man. What did I wanted to Wow. Let me go back into the chat room and see what people are saying before I end the program today. Let's see. What has this world come to says correct. Thank you for that. Let me see. I wish I could pronounce your name properly, Sister Shali. I'm bad with names. I'm gonna have to figure out your name, write your name down, and then the next time I see you over here, I'm gonna give you the correct pronunciation. I'm just really bad with names. See, that's E. I'll figure it out. But I'm glad that you're over here. Home games, Buffs will get that win. Yeah, because they're gonna be at home. Thank you for reminding. We got 5%. Let me see. Listen, man, all these people talking about run the ball must not be watching the same game we've been watching. Right. Well, I got to be honest with you, though, Dan. running the ball is good because it gives the team more balance. 5% says April Dawn, what about Meta getting all the girls? He probably is getting all the girls. Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he's getting all the girls. April Dawn, hey, Queen. Hey, hello. Thank you for coming over, Goddess. Welcome to this channel. Welcome to the family over here. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, share the video, and hit the bell notification. I do live shows on after the Saturday game. Either I do it on Saturday or I do it because it was too late yesterday. I do it on Sunday, depending on what time they play, the live show. And then during the week, I do uploaded more short form uploaded videos, okay? And only go live when we do post-game shows like this. So I thank you for being over here. We got Strategies and Solutions. I really like that name, Strategies and Solutions. Their running backs need to gain some weight and eat more beef so they can have confidence to put defenders on their backs or on their ass. Yeah. Landon Price, get that name right, says HBCU NFL combines will be different this year. I hope so. They only drafted one person from Jackson State that Coach Prime coached a year ago. Remember, he talked about that. He was very upset about that. Oh, let me get to Mr. Pitt 765. Sorry, brother. I didn't get a chance to shout you out. He says, go Buffs, like the team and Coach Prime. And I'm a USC fanatic. Okay, hey, appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that kind of love to us. We got Brian says, please take over play calling from. Hey, I wish I could, you know. I mean, I do it on the John Madden football game. I wish I could. I wish I could take over the play calling. That's just my opinion, you know. Goddess, right. We got the Goddess in the house, and April and Don and her know each other. Thank you for telling her about the channel.
Information
is power, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. We coming. Yeah, we are coming. It's all a work in progress. We got Mike T who comes in. Thank you for coming over, Mike T. I appreciate your support. He says, do see the offensive line completely replaced next. Yeah, because remember, got to keep this in mind. Remember, there's a lot of other kids on other teams that are not happy either with their playing time. They're not happy with the environment. They're not happy with the coach. They're not feeling it. And there's some good players out there, and some of them are looking at what's happening in Colorado, and they're already planning to transfer next year. They already got that in their mind. Plus, you got the high school recruits coming over. You're right, Mike T. And another thing I want to show y'all, you know, this is why we got to not worry about the haters. And you notice whenever they win a game, we don't never hear from the haters. I don't see them putting comments in the chat room. I don't see them putting comments on the video. But when they lose a game, then they come with all that smoke, right? But when we win games that they don't think we're going to win, it gets as quiet as a rat pissing on cotton, y'all. They don't have nothing to say. Don't y'all find it interesting? Do I have that picture of Aaron Butler? Golly, did I delete that off of here? I did when I did my video that I put out yesterday. Yeah, I must have took it off. Damn it. I wanted to put Aaron Butler. You know who Aaron Butler is. He's the 4-star or 5-star. I think he's a 5-star all-athlete, top athlete, high school recruit in the country. He's already made his commitment to Colorado. Some people, and I said this before in a previous video, some people are comparing him to Travis Hunter. Now, there's only can be one Travis Hunter, but people are comparing him to Travis Hunter because he can do it all. Have we forgotten that this young man has committed to Colorado and will be here next year? So I don't know what anybody is talking about when they say, well, you know, the team ain't that good. They're not. Listen to Coach Prime again.
Something's wrong with you. And because we understand what's coming. If you can't see what's coming with CU football, you've lost your mind. You just a flat-out hater. If you can't see what's going on.
Spider-Man. That's right. 5%er. Spider-Man.
something's wrong.
I'm just going to let that play
Because we
while I'm
understand
looking
what's
at your
coming.
statements.
If you can't see what's coming,
Is power.
CU football, you've lost your mind.
April
you just a
Dawn,
flat-out hater.
make
if
best.
You can't see what's going on and what's going to transpire over the next several months.
All right.
Something.
I had to play that whether people like it or not because it's got to sink in the brain. This team is not a one and done team just this year. It's what they're building into the future, and that's what people are afraid of. Why can't the haters ain't gonna have nothing to say when this team gets some added additional help? Now what they're gonna have to say? They're gonna run off like roaches in the night, running into the cracks when you turn on the light and they say, "Ah!" That's right.
Tell the truth.
And that's what they do when we win games. You know how this works, everybody. You know how this works. Let's go back into the chat room. Thank you, April, for being here. We got Mark Best says, right, I just want Deion to coach his team to do, let me see, coach his team, do good, and it's just be about football. That's right. That's right. That's right. We got Fred Swoops who came over. The team is 4-2 with 67 coming via the transportal. That's outstanding. Right. Thank you, Patricia, one of my mods, for coming over and doing your thing. We got Rakim. I hope I'm saying that name. Rakim, I like that name. That's a spiritual name. Thank you for putting those spiritual sevens in there, too. Appreciate you.
Information
is power. All right. Ooh. Let's see. Hey there from Birmingham, Alabama. Thank you for, hey, sister. Thank you, Sarah, for coming over. Let me write that name too, so that I make sure next time that I got the right pronunciation. That's what I do. Thank you for coming over. I got you on the board here from Birmingham, Alabama. I thank you a hell of a lot. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video if you have not. I go live like this after the games for post-game analysis on Saturday, depending on what time the game is. If it's a super late game, then I go live on Sundays. All the other videos during the week that I post are shorter uploaded videos, okay? Also, everybody, if you have not joined the Facebook crew, the Facebook family is growing. It's at 76,000. What's special about my Facebook page, or it's your Facebook page, this is our channel, this is your Facebook page, is that it's Prime Sports Media, right? I'm able to upload video footage and things that I can't put in the community tab of this video. So when you go over there, you're going to get great videos. You're going to get the undisputed videos. You're going to get all the little interviews. You're going to get great memes and pictures. And you're going to get, I'm going to upload my shorts over. I upload my shorts or my reels over there, just like I do on this channel with my YouTube shorts. Upload all different types of posts in the story. Everything you can think of, I post over there. It's very interactive. We're at 76,000 people following over there. Might be more because it keeps growing. So I want you all to be a part of the Facebook crew, your family over there, the whole everyone that's following Prime and this Colorado team. Make sure you get over there if you got Facebook and follow me on Prime Sports Media on Facebook. That page is your page. I'm a kind of content creator. I don't look at this as my channel, my this and that. No, it's our platform. You know why it's our platform? Because you make this channel do what it's doing right now. You make me and give me motivation to get up here and put this content out, right? You motivate me. You make this channel operate because you come over in large numbers. You watch the videos in large numbers, and I appreciate it. So I'm not going to say my. I'm not going to think like an individual. I'm going to think collectively. This is your channel too, and that Facebook page is your Facebook page as well. Go over there and check that out. I think you'll like some of the content that I drop over there. It's what I can't put in the community tab that I can put in the Facebook page. Thank you, everybody. Another thing I want to do before I get out is I'm going to go ahead and show you, before I leave, I want to show you some good stuff here. Let me put Coach Prime and his son up, and let me just play this little music for about a minute because I want to show you some gear that I should have had at my desk right here in the first place. But let me just play this for you for a minute. And I'm going to play this one instead. This is a nice beat. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Information is power.
All right, everybody. Remember, right here, you see the logo. See the logo right next to me. This is the proud bandwagoner Colorado Buffs. There is a website. A friend of mine has a great website where he has great gear. Let me give you an example of that gear right now. Here's a shirt, right? Great gear right there. You can get this shirt in black. You can get this shirt in black as well. And you can get it in a gold color. You can get this logo that you see on here on a hat. So here's an example of his hats. This is just one example. He's got many good things there. Good quality hat here. Let me bring this back for the camera. But you can get that logo that I just showed you on the shirt, on the hat in black, gold, everything. Go to the website. It's in the description of this video. Good brother of mine, good friend of mine. He's on the Facebook and YouTube streets as well. He's got some great gear, and he's got gear tailored for children, adults, the whole 9 yards. His website is completely professional. Okay, proud bandwagoner Colorado Buffs. That's the logo that you just saw that I have here. But go in the description of my videos, any of my videos, it's in the description. Click into the website and give it a browse. And his prices of his gear is very affordable and it's very good quality. So I want to thank you all there. With that said, everybody, I've taken up most of your time already. I want you to have another great weekend. I'll see you soon. I should be uploading another video. I think I'm going to upload another short video probably on Monday or Tuesday because there's another issue that I want to talk to you about in terms of how much money Coach Prime is getting paid in comparison to the other coaches out there. And the numbers are really interesting. They're breaking box office records. Coach Prime's breaking box office records. TV views are incredible. Look, I was actually surprised that they didn't have this game on the major networks. I know that ASU doesn't have a great record. They're 1-5 now. And I know this game was played on Pac-12 network. And most of you probably watched this game on the YouTube streets. I get it. But with that said, everybody, we got to get out of here. I want to appreciate all of you. Make sure you hit the likes before you get out of here. And before I go, let me see. April, thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you. Check that out. Check out the website. Really check out if you got a daughter or a son, a toddler, a little kid, he's got the brothers. He's made Colorado gear for little kids, man, and little babies and everything. It's really cute stuff. And the picture of the young girl you're going to see on his website, that's actually his granddaughter. It's beautiful. We got Uncle, let me see here. Attention, endangered melanin people of America, pray for your Palestinian brothers and sisters. Oh, okay. Well, I get it. Hey, I get into more political and social talk, strategies and solutions. You might want to check out my other channel, which is my political, social, and cultural channel, which is Information Man Show. That's where I get into that type of conversation over there. So check out that channel, subscribe to it if that's your thing as well. Any of you can, if that's your thing as well. Let's see, we got Uncle, let's see here, Rico. Let's see, that clap is so clingy. I know some people like it, some people don't like it. Okay, it is what it is. We got Dwight in the house who says, I would love to visit Morocco. We got Richard in the house. See you on O-line is garbage. And you have every right to your opinion because they do have serious problems. Let me see. Excellent content like yours deserves huge support. Well done and so much. Hey, thank you. I'm going to give you a little clap, but I'll bring the volume down because I know some people don't like the clap. But I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping for you. Let me see. We got Kenny. Bandwagon fan is one who leaves when you lose, stay if you're winning. Well, I think that we should stick with them no matter whether they lose or they win. And the reason why we should stick with Colorado is just what I've said this whole stream, because they're building something bigger for the future. But I'm going to say this again. A lot of people that's hating, and this team does great things going into the future, those same people that's talking crap today are going to jump on board like a bandwagoner, and they're going to claim that they've been riding with Coach Prime in Colorado all this time. They're a liar. They're a liar. Remember, these kind of people will and this is how you'll know who they are, because they'll be the ones going all out their way to prove how much they've been following when they're a damn lie. They've been looking for hate. Let me see here. The good sister from Alabama says, that's not how I define bandwagon and fan, Kenny. Yeah, everybody has a different definition. And look, everybody's entitled to what their opinions. I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys, you're right. You have the right to your beliefs. Let me see. That clap is great. Used very appropriately. Oh, okay. Thank you. You know, some people it's their taste, some people it's not. But like I said, I'm doing a production over here with giving you good content and giving you good production for your value, because you are valuable people, all of you that are watching. So I got to get out of here, everybody. You take care. It's been wonderful. And here we go, y'all. Peace. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit y'all with a little bit of Coach Prime right now.
I don't know if you feel it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you can see it. You got to understand. We're going to win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if you feel it, but we're going to win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to win. You got to understand. We're going to win right now, not later. Right now. Y'all know we're going to win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're going to win.
Information
I don't know
is
if you feel
power.
it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna win. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if y'all know, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna win. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if y'all know, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're gonna win. I don't know we're gonna win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna win. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if y'all know it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna win. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if y'all know it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you feel it, but we're gonna win. I don't know if you can see it, but we're gonna win. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later. Right now. I don't know if you feel it. I don't know if you can see it. You got to understand, we're gonna win right now, not later.
Sports media, baby. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Pride.
Prime Sports Media, everybody have a great day.
Tell the truth.